I'm going to create a database. I'm going to use a couple of variables such as CON for connection to a database. I'm going to use another variable, CUR, that refers to all the records in that database. That's the cursor. I'm going to create a database that will have a number of different field names. The ID field name, the first name field name, and the LN field name for last name. Last name, first name, ID, and then the cursor set, the set of records you're currently talking about, and the connection to the database. These are the four variables that I'll be using a lot. Let's begin. I'm going to first create a connection to a database that doesn't exist right now, but which will exist. I'm going to create a connection. I'm going to use SQLite. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble because I forgot to do something that I know I should have done. First thing I'm going to do is import SQLite 3. Now I can do this. I'm going to now connect to a database whose name I'm going to make up. I'm going to connect using com. And I'm going to say SQLite 3 connect to a database which I'll call GB, George Boole. Single quote, close parenthesis. Now, before I hit enter, I need you to see something. There we go, Python 3 directory. Now notice I put this all in ascending alphabetical order. So I'm looking at the A's and I don't see any databases that start with A's. So we're going to make one. I'm going to call this a database called GB, George Boole. I'm going to create a variable called com. I'm going to say SQLite 3. I want you to connect to a database called GB, George Boole. OK. I hit enter. Now, as soon as I've done that, I go back over to Python 3 and I see my database, a database called GB. It has 0 kilobytes in it right now. That will shortly change. The next thing that I want to do is I want to create a cursor handle. This cursor handle is a connection to all my database records. It'll allow me to manipulate those records. So I created a com object a moment ago. That's this guy here. And this connection object has a cursor function. I want to take this and assign this to an object variable called CUR. So the set of records, the cursor, associated with this connection to this database is going to be referred to using CUR. And I hit enter. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a table called workers. The cursor has an execute method. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 single quotes so that I don't have to worry too much, or worry at all, about space backslash line continuation characters. I can just hit the enter key whenever I like, and I can format it in any way that I like. And I like to do it a certain way that makes it very plain and easy to see and understand. So here we go. Cursor. Execute the following. I want you to create a table. Create a table. And the name of the table, I'm going to hit the enter key, is workers. Workers. And what is workers going to have? It's going to have an ID field, which will be an integer, and it's going to be the primary key. And I hit the comma and enter. And it's going to have a first name field, varchar, and I'll make that 15 characters, comma. It's going to have a last name field, also varchar, 15 characters, comma. No, that's it. This parens matches this parens. Now, what else do I have? I got a parens here, I got a match. So let me put that there. Here we go. And up here I got 3 quotes I got to match. So let me put this in, 1, 2, 3. And then I have the parens over here I have to match. Oh, it liked that. It changed color on me. Ooh. Now I hit enter. Oh, this worked. So I created a table called workers. I created a table called workers. It's got the first field is ID, second field is FN, the third field is LN. ID is an integer, FN is a varchar, LN is a varchar. This ID field, this integer, is an integer, and it's the primary key. That's amazing. Well now, it's time for us to insert a record. I'll do that in the next video. This is George Boole.